Hi, my name's McCartney Holman, and I am one of the summer interns for Pastor David. My life before Jesus, I grew up in a Christian home. My dad's a pastor, and so I was at church every time the doors were open, and I say that literally. I grew up knowing the Bible stories and hearing about God on a regular basis, but I just really didn't know what it truly meant to follow God. I knew that my parents did, and I knew that I went with them, but I didn't truly know what it meant to fully follow God and to be a disciple. So I knew that I needed Jesus because I had seen such a difference in the people around me. I knew that I was going to church and I knew that I was doing the things that I was supposed to do, but I still was struggling with things, and I struggled with self-worth and with sin patterns and just couldn't understand what the problem was, because I was at church, my parents believed, and so I finally realized that it was because I was trying to base my faith on someone else. I was trying to base my faith on my family. I was trying to base my faith on something that wasn't my own. And so I accepted Christ when I was pretty young, and I didn't fully understand what that meant. But I remember being at vacation Bible school and praying the prayer with someone, and I remember being baptized because I was proud of the decision that I had made, and I wanted people to know that I had made the decision. But it wasn't until later on in my life that I realized what it truly meant to have a relationship with Christ. Because up until that point, I still believed that going to church was enough, and that just going through the motions would get me to where I wanted to be. But I had so many questions, and I needed answers, but I couldn't get those things until I began to dig into the Word myself, and truly have a personal relationship with Christ. And so when I was in high school, my senior year, I recommitted my life to Christ because I knew that I needed a fresh start to begin to fully chase after Christ. So since I've become a Christian, there's been so many differences. And a lot of people look at becoming a Christian as something that will make life perfect, which isn't the case. But God offers so much peace and so much hope and so much joy. And so I can look back at Him in the hard times and see the joy that comes from those things. And so I get to see the joy and the peace and the hope of having a personal relationship with Christ, and getting to spend time with Him every day, and getting to talk with Him and to read His Word, and to hear about the promises that He makes for us, and hear how He views me as a beautiful creation, and that He loves me no matter what I do, and that even when I do mess up, because temptations come, that I can always run back to Him, and that He's there to forgive me, and He still loves me, and that He was willing to send His Son, and so why would He not be willing to forgive me now? I know that if I died today, that I would be in heaven with God, and what a joyous thing it is to think about that. The Bible promises us that we're going to be with Him, and He's gone to make a place for us, and so I know with confidence that that's where I would be.